A
Yes,
vibe.
sir. I love it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
great day today.
Come on, man.
It feels really good outside and everything.
Beautiful day.
But
What?
this,
Bro, man, been waiting for this day.
yes, sir. This is the Clear Vision podcast. It's me, myself, John. We got
Amen.
my boy Trevo,
Yeah.
my boy Eli,
Yes, sir.
and yours truly, Brian J. on the board.
You're on the board one time.
Man, it's good to see y'all again.
Amen.
I'm pretty excited to talk about my week. I've had a great week. But before we get to that, man, I just want to say we have a very special guest for y'all tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This man is a legend. You can actually follow him on Instagram at to be legendary.
Whoa.
Amen.
This guy right here, this is my brother, man. An amazing relationship, bro. It started off rocky, but I think that's why it's so good now.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? This is my brother. This is my lawn brother. This is my link, man.
Whoa.
This is also DeMar's top 50 black males of Texas or entrepreneurs of Texas.
Got the bomb on that.
He is the
Yeah, big
Waller County Commissioner.
Wow.
I believe
Flex.
the youngest. He could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe
Correct
the
him,
youngest,
man of God.
Kendrick
Amen.
Jones, man. Kendrick Jones.
Get my man right. Get my man right.
You know what I'm saying?
In the building.
It's our first guest, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. It's a pleasure.
My brother Link, I'm honored to have you on here, bro. I know you're a busy man. You took time out your busy week to talk to us and shit. So
We appreciate it, bro.
you,
Yeah,
Man,
man.
thank you for real, bro.
Praise
Yeah.
Hey,
God.
man, anytime John call, we'll have like a 2-minute conversation, turn into 20 minutes on a lunch break or something. So anytime, bro, you already know. Anytime you call, I'm there.
that's facts, bro. He ain't never not been there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
So
real.
There you go.
man, no, so bro, you know what we like to do when we get on. We like to talk about our past week, whether good or bad. So shit, let me start it off. My last week was good, bro.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, it's really just slow motion, bro. Like I said, I actually talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he charged me up, bro. So it's been on not autopilot, but like, I just been going.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Trev. Trev be charging me up too. He charged me up because he got charged up.
Yes,
And
sir.
you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? That's how I be working. So no, I had a good week, man. Shoot, I had to get a new therapist. So I'm meeting with him this Thursday.
What happened with Brad?
He didn't have
Oh, he didn't have your insurance?
no, he didn't have my
Oh,
insurance. So I was
you-
Hey,
paying
is
out-
that his real name?
No.
I was about to say, I thought he was black. I was about to say, I thought he was black, bro.
Putting out random niggas out here, man.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
dang.
I was about to say.
Bro, the fact that John just went along with it because he know how crazy I am. Like,
Yeah, bro.
He's had the insurance, dog.
Like,
No, he
Lord
did it.
DJ.
And so visionaries, bro. If y'all going to therapy, bro, check and see if they got insurance. Come to find out, I think it was a blessing I didn't go to him no more. One financially, but some other stuff. I don't know. Then this one, bro, it's 100% covered. I ain't gotta pay nothing.
Amen.
So I'm going to free therapy, bro.
Yeah, that's what we got.
What's
Yeah,
up, bro?
Praise-
yeah.
BJ, praise God.
Praise God. Right into
Man,
the
man,
God. Oh yeah, facts.
No, but that was my week, bro. If anybody, whoever want to bounce off that.
Man, my week was good, bro. Short and sweet. It was good, man. The kids we got a little sick, a little sniffles. It snowed. It was 60 degrees, then it snowed. We still trying to get used to the Oklahoma weather, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we allergies and stuff like that is going. But other than that, man, we're doing pretty good, man. We're really blessed over here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Praise
I love
God.
it.
I'll go ahead and go. Praise God, Trevin. I gotta be Trevin, and because Trevin gonna come with that heat. But
You wild.
I don't want to talk about my last 7 days. I want to talk in particular Wednesday.
go.
I work about 5 minutes from my church. So and I got the key to the church. Shout out to Set Free. You know what I'm saying? So
Flex.
Shout out to him.
Flex.
Shout out to him.
I went in there after church, and I was just like, I haven't prayed actually in church like by myself in a long time, right? So, you know, and I'm in charge of the music, so you know, I hooked the music up. So I literally got it like blasting, and it's like literally just me and God basically.
That's fine.
And it's just interesting because this time last year, I want to say March to be exact, there was so much stuff going on mentally, bro. And it's like if I would have done that this time last year, I did actually. I'm talking about last year I cried my eyes out just with everything that was going on.
Yeah.
So the fact a year later I did that same thing, and I thought about those same thoughts that last year would just have me toe up, and it was just like it's already
Leave it to
done.
God. It's already done.
Yeah, like it's
Leave it to
already done.
God.
Like I'm low key, and this might sound like emotional, but like I was like trying to think of stuff that used to make me cry to just see if I'm really like overcame that. So really just seeing how far I came, and John talking about therapy. My therapy's free too, praise God.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, just seeing how long I've come with therapy,
Right.
how long I've come, you know, just mentally, physically, emotionally as a man of God.
Right.
I can truly say that I'm proud of myself.
I'm
and
proud of you.
proud of my growth.
For sure.
Can the church say something?
That's an amazing testimony. Amen, man.
Good answer.
Good answer.
That's a good testimony.
I practiced.
Yeah, that's a great testimony. I practiced.
Man, that's a wonderful testimony, BJ, for real, man. I hope someone heard that. And
No, yeah,
you know,
that's big. Yeah.
sometimes you gotta voice your testimony. You know what I mean? When you go through
Yeah.
something and you get through it, I think it's almost like you honoring God in a way whenever you tell your story. So yeah.
Exactly.
Keep it up, BJ. I love it.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Trev.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I love the energy. This week, man. Last week, I'm charged up. I ain't gonna flex, bro. This is
You
like
sound like a Trev.
Yeah, you do.
I'm ready for the day, bro.
I feel like you
I
about to
wake-
rap at me, bro.
Bro, so
Something, bro.
I wake up with just a different step here lately, bro. Just like
There you go.
I wake up thankful that I'm alive, thankful that I'm breathing. I have a morning ritual that I stick to daily. And the first thing I do is say thank you right when I wake up. Thank you,
Right.
God. You know, that's like the first thing I check it off mentally. And then, you know, I go through the remaining ritual, take my vitamins, meditation, prayer, all that good stuff. And, you know, I think what started it off was my weekend, bro. So it was my wife's bachelorette party this weekend, right? It was her bridal shower bachelorette party. And she went to the city and, you know, I was like, baby girl, go enjoy yourself, man. Have fun. And I hung back with my son. And so me and Jaden spent the whole weekend together, just me and him.
Wow.
And that weekend really charged me up, bro. Like this nigga's 2.5, bro, gonna be 3 here soon. And I'm just seeing like, I remember when he was little, bro. He was premature, 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Now the nigga 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Saying, Daddy, come here, Daddy, talking to me, playing with me. So I'm like, something hit me, bro. It was like, you know how when you go to YouTube, you can watch a video at like, you know, 1.25 speed or 1.5 speed, and you can watch the video, but it's just going faster.
Right.
That's how I felt life was going for me. Like I feel like it was just flying by. And so this weekend, I just slowed everything down, bro. Like I enjoyed every moment with my son.
Yeah.
And bro, we kicked it, bro. It was like, it was just refreshing. Like I fell deeper in love with my son. And I highly recommend y'all, bro. Like, you know, Eli, I know you with your wife and you with your kids and y'all team and everything, but try to dedicate some time with just you and your son.
Yeah. It's great.
Because it's like, it's a different feeling.
And that's facts, bro, because like I had to take my second born, Khalil, to the emergency room. Well, not the emergency room, but he had a surgery scheduled because he was tongue tied or whatever. Bro, it was the first time and we spent about 6 hours together by ourselves from like 5 a.m. till about 10 or whatever. So it was about 4 hours or whatever. Bro, that was the first time I was by myself with him, and it was
cold,
great.
bro.
And with Kai, I got a lot of those opportunities. You know, swim class is just me and Kai. You know? But now swim class is just me and Khalil. So like, I think my wife does a good job of doing that. But no, like that is key. Like what Trevin said, like those opportunities, bro. But I've only had really one with Khalil, and bro,
I encourage it, bro.
I mean, we was at the hospital, bro, and we just had a ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, you know. So
it's special, bro. It's special.
No, that's facts, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm charged up, man. I'm gonna give it to to the GOAT, man. We got a GOAT on here, man. I'm
Man,
Kendric, man. Kendric, man. How was your
Hold on, wait. I'm the GOAT. Oh,
You the
y'all
GOAT, bro.
like
Nah, you the
y'all
GOAT.
fathers, man. Y'all leading
Nah.
the next generation. That's
Uh-oh.
like I'm taking
Uh-oh.
notes from hearing you guys talk. Especially,
Oh,
I
I'm
haven't
charged.
jumped on the
I
therapy.
got my notes for you.
I am
man.
now
I
charged
haven't
up.
jumped on the therapy train yet. So that's inspiring for me to inspire me to go ahead and do that. Some of the things you guys said talked about, I kind of already do, but that therapy one is a big one. Then I'm not a
Absolutely.
father yet, so I look up to you guys, and John also know I'm not married, so that's another thing. When I hear you say like you went and did that, I'm like, I got questions for you. I'm like,
Hey, that's what it's about. We learning from each
On
other,
me,
bro.
bro.
That's what
so
it's
I
about. That's what it's
appreciate
about.
that.
For sure, man. But yeah, man. You want to talk about your last 7 days, man? How you been, man?
Man, so I took some things down that you guys basically said and to try to see how I could basically navigate and how that relates to my life. And this week has been a week of adjusting. I always kind of like reset on Friday. I work very hard, so I do like to have my weekends and then use my Monday as a way to push the envelope and get the week going. But my last 7 days has really been adjusting to how great I really want to be. Thanking God because some blessings fell out the sky. I didn't know how I was gonna cover school, and a gentleman that I never even met gave me a scholarship to be able to cover some of my school, and for us to be able to build a relationship of talk about wealth. And so this past week has I thank God for every day, every week. I look at it as a new task, something new to be able to achieve and get done. So that's my last 7 days.
Great
Good
answer.
answer, man.
Great
Good
answer.
answer.
Great answer.
I love to hear somebody say that they are adjusting, bro.
That's cool.
You know, like you wanna be adjusting pretty much until you die. Because you want to be better and better every day, man. I love that, bro. Props out to you.
That's real. That's real. Nah, man. So without further ado, man, I think we should kind of get into what we're gonna talk. We got a few things on the agenda. But first, off camera, we had a conversation. And apparently Eli was off camera, had a conversation. And Kendrick being what he is, what he's doing, and he's a public figure. Like I said, he's a Ward County commissioner right now. A lot of people know him. So let me get the topic. Topic is are you gonna send your kids to public school or private school? And I feel like it's only a topic because when you get money, of course you're gonna be like, man, why would I send my son to a public school? I got all this money, I could get him a proper education, a better education. And while I don't see an issue with that, but I do see why somebody can frown at why they would send their kids to a public school if they don't have to go to a public school. Right. And hell, wherever you live, we always from the Dove, so if you could save your money, or if you could spend money and send them to Bishop McGinnis, why not do that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you send them to Midwest City, or why not transfer to Carl Albert? But that's still a public school. But y'all know what I'm saying,
right?
No, I'm just curious though. So I wanna let Trevin start us off.
Okay, so I personally think, and this is just my opinion because I have a child and I have a wife who's a school teacher in the public school system, and I went to a public school system. I don't personally think there was anything special education-wise for, with the public school system. With my experience, and then from my wife's experience, with what she says, how the teachers approach the classroom, the curriculum that's given to her, like she's just she works hard and she wants to help her class. So she goes above and beyond to make sure that her students excel, but not all the teachers approach it like that. They're just trying to get their money and get out and enjoy the breaks. Like you got to look at the trajectory of education right now, the trajectory of public schooling, and see, okay, whenever my child is in a place to where it's his turn to start, getting into school, am I going to prioritize his education or the experience? And I think that's the battle, because experience-wise, bro, I love y'all niggas, bro. I met y'all niggas.
No
If y'all
facts.
don't know, bro, all four of us, me, BJ, Eli, and John, we went to the Dub, bro. We went to the same school, bro. That's why we meshed well. Our chemistry is there. Like, I personally, if I had to go back, I wouldn't want to do it any other way.
Yeah,
You know
me
what
too.
I mean?
Facts.
But that's because I went through it. Of course, I don't want to rewrite my history, because I am who I am because of my history.
Right.
But for me, in my opinion, bro, if I have the money, I'm putting my son in a private school, because I just feel like the education is going to be better, almost guaranteed to be better.
Right.
And so that's my take. We could talk about it though. We could talk about it.
I like
Okay,
that.
well, I also want to hear Eli's take, and then Kendrick, I want to hear yours.
He brought some valid points though.
He really did.
And
Yeah,
you know,
he
I
really
like
did.
the debate, so I got.
I know you do.
Man, when this is the show for you, hey, we gonna have
Vision first take, praise God.
No, facts. See, when we first talked about this on season 1, go watch that episode if you haven't.
There you go.
I was clueless to what Montessori school was, so John really helped shine a light on that type of schooling. And me and my wife, ever since we've had that episode, have been looking into that for our kids, because we want them to get the best education possible. As far as public school, I've never thought about putting my kids in the public school though. I mean, not public school, private school. That's never been a thought of mine. I don't know why. I don't know anybody. To be honest, I don't know anybody that went to private school and was like, it was just so much better. You know, not knocking against Trev, but I can only speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody, which is probably bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only know like 2 or 3 people that ever, that went to private school, and for the most part, they was like, private. It was school, but that's not to say that they don't have better education there at the private school. But me and my wife were just talking about it. An hour ago. That if my son, I don't know if all Montessori schools, I know my son loves sports so far already, you know what I mean? But I don't want that to be the reason why he goes to a school in particular, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think we just want to kind of start them off in Montessori school and see where that goes. But 6th grade come, 7th grade come. If Kyle wants to play football and Khalil wants to play football, we'll probably have to go to a different school. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm kind of stuck in between, like, do I want to let my kids choose the experience that they want? But at the same time, I got to be an adult and make decisions for them. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of stuck in that. Area. So we was like, man, you know what? If it's, if they don't like what they're getting there at the Montessori school and they're going to these, playing for these other teams, because I'm not a big fan of AAU basketball or what is it called? The Little League football. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan in those leagues and stuff like that. But I really just want them, if Kai is great at piano, he needs to go to an art school. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to support that, and he needs to be doing that from when he's in 5th grade. That's where all the greats start, when they're, that young. And so me and my wife, we want our kids to pick a language. They need to pick a language, and they need to pick an instrument, just to keep them doing something. And if that's the way they go. But like I said, when it comes to raising your kids, man, you really gotta just raise them as they should go. If you starting to realize, not that your kid might not be smart, but maybe they might not go to college anyway. Maybe they want to do a trade, or they want to work on cars. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they want to go to a tech. You know what I'm saying? So, like, heck, man, go to a public school, god dang it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't going, you know what I'm saying? So it really, I think it depends on the kids, man. And I think this decision will be made in the future, bro. Because I honestly, I don't know. I need to do my research on private schools though. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're still lingering, man. So
yeah, that's okay, bro. It's a healthy conversation, bro.
No, absolutely,
education.
Absolutely.
Well, shoot, Kendrick, what's your take?
So I just did some research on monetary schools. With KIPP, like,
we had a KIPP.
Are there institutions in which get public education but create their own curriculum?
I think that's what
Like kind of
a
like Dove.
Montessori.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I,
Dove.
yeah, I think we got
Okay,
one
if
here.
Stuff
that
like
is
that.
the case, I'm gonna give two answers. One to be like as a political representative and all those kind of things. I don't support. I necessarily see the hardship in which schools created like that create for public education because they're fighting for the same dollars, but two different curriculum, two different teachers cater most of the time to two different groups of individuals, which winds up hurting the public school education, in which only have so many dollars a year from taxpayer dollars and all those kind of things.
Right.
Which is why I look at it as, regardless of how successful I am, my kid is going to go to a public school because what exactly is education? And I heard you talk about education and experience. Well, if you look at you working in the workforce, your resume doesn't have anything to do with education.
Hmm.
It has everything to do with experiences. And experiences shape us as whole as the individuals who we are in life. Like, hey, a situation happened. Hey, I got to fight in elementary school. Well, why I got to fight? Because I got to defend myself because I got the nice kicks. Or I send my kid to school with nice kicks and now he got to defend himself. That's the experience.
Right.
He got to now come home and he's like, hey, I either had to protect myself. He might got beat up or he might didn't. Now I learned whether or not my son could fight, whether he can't fight, all these kind of different things.
Facts.
Rather than he gonna run away when life get hard. It's like it's a deeper thought process. And so I kind of think that, when you look at the generations that are now coming up behind us, a lot of people say they're the most sensitive generation, and they also not the most ambitious generation. And why is that? It's because of that necessarily catering or not being so much hands-on, being soft, like, oh no, like, oh, he fell, oh, let me help him up, rather than, I'm pretty sure you guys got kids and I see people do all the time. Your kid fall, they be like, nah, don't do that. Like, you want to see what he's going to do, how he's going to react to that experience.
Right.
So I always talk about school is just a thing to basically show that you can learn, show that you can be able to be taught, retain information. As far as what you get out of public school, man, like, it's just like I tell people all the time, my kids are gonna play football. Like, regardless of like everything that happens with the game of football, what the game of football instilled into me and morals and life and all those kind of things.
Man, it's crazy.
I think that, hey, if my kid as a little one playing flag and all those kind of things, it teaches you how to work as a team. It teaches you literally life is about getting punched in the mouth and how you're going to respond.
Yeah.
What better sport shows you that?
Yeah.
You're going to get
Absolutely.
punched in the mouth and now you got to respond. What you going to do? You going to cry, take your helmet off and quit? Or you're going to grind even harder and like, hey, I knew what that felt like. Let me adjust. Let me
go get him
body.
back.
Let me do these kind of different things. Which then sets you up in life to be like, aha, now I can be like, now I produced a better or productive citizen to be able to go out and do things. And so that's when I say the public school, because in the private school, that's your tied to tent. Those kids gonna be successful. They have the resources. They have everything to basically set them up. But in the public school, what I like is that, hey, you have some of your talented 10 kids, you have some of your smart kids, you have some of your kids that don't even really want to be there, just going there because they got to go through it.
Yeah.
And my kid gets to navigate through life and bring
That's the real world. That's
different
the real
places
world.
to where it's like, hey, if I wouldn't have had friends that was talented 10, I wouldn't have been exposed to like different things. But if I wouldn't have had friends that was also grinders and that had to get it, I wouldn't have became accustomed to having to understand their life. And so I think it merged. So when you talk about that education and experience, it really boils down to which one is more important. The person with the 4.0 don't always wind up getting the best job, don't always have the best experiences, don't always have the best outlook on life because, hey, they can have the best education, but their experiences they don't know what to do when life get hard or when times get hard. Or, hey, everyone in their class is so successful, and you don't have to worry about no one talking back to the teacher and all those kinds of things. Nah, it's like, Daddy, you would never let me talk to the teacher. Like, yeah, boy, I'm glad you know. Like, like those kind of things. It's like, what is more important? And so it's like, for me, I view it as, hey, experiences, because experiences has taught me everything and have taught me how to adapt to life, and which experiences is going to teach. Before we got on, Joe was like, hey, man, Perp, you got me ready for this. That was the experience. Now, who's to say he wanted to go to an all-black school? But he had that experience that helped shape him to where now he could walk into any room and feel the same way that he's like to feel. So one side of me says, the parent in me says, hey, my kids is going to go to public school. The elected representative in me that come from a low social economic community, it's like, if you don't send your kid to that school, who else is going to be helping fundraise, sponsor, and all those kind of things for the kids that have not? So if you look at our education system, it's the reason why it's going down, because more people want to push towards private and schools taking away from public education dollars. But if we go and we insert, and John always hear me talk about this, you always got to put yourself in the problem and be a part of that and join in, so that way you can provide a solution, and that way we can uplift our schools. Because how at one point public education was pushing the best kids out. Oh, it's because they pushed the best kids out, and then people thought, oh, well, I have, and I want to provide better for my community or better for my children than what I went through. When really we could create our own community by continue to reinvest and continue to put and invest and show. So that way, hey, you bringing those kids up. You allow little Johnny that usually break into everybody's house. He ain't breaking into everybody's house no more, because he can come to your house and sleep, and then you show him like, hey, man, you don't have to do that. Like, this is a better way of life, because your kids is his friends and he's a part of the community.
Right. Wow, this man, he's breaking into something.
Man, this nigga fried me up. No, I respect it, bro.
No, that was great.
I retain.
So hopefully you still keep thinking about it, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, bro, definitely. I'm definitely not closed-minded with it, bro. Again, you know, I'm public school from the ground up, bro. I am who I am because of it. Yeah. The dub taught me a lot, bro. Nothing I learned from the books, bro. Just like you said, bro. But no, I respect it, bro. I retain a lot of that.
I gotta comment on that real quick, man. You know, we all went to the dub, bro. I think as far as public schools, as far as your education, man, your kid is gonna go as far as your kid wants to go. I know a lot of people that went to Midwest City. I mean, even our classmates that did great in school and did great in college, and then, you know, some people say that they didn't set us up. You know, but I know, man, 70-80% of the kids at school wasn't paying attention. They didn't want to learn more. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, the schooling wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? I think the opportunity was there, but you really just got to go get it. You know, and that's another thing, part of life. You know what I'm saying? I know, man, kids that would stay back. You know,
make you
in
be
high
a
school.
dog.
Man, it makes you be a dog, bro. I know kids that'll stay back. I'm like, bro, this is algebra 1. What you staying back for? Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? You know, but like they wanted more, bro. Bro, they wanted more, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, it's lunchtime, bro. Go get some. You know what I mean? But they wanted that, bro. And if my kid is like that, he gonna be like that wherever he go. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get it wherever he go. So go ahead, BJ, man.
BJ, I wanted to hear your take.
I don't even know if you want to go after Kendrick, but he did.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, dang, I'm
should have saved him for last. Yeah, bro. God dang.
He'll feel bad if he don't say public.
No, that was good. So this is what I'll say. Simplicity is key. I'll just say, because Eli literally took the words out of my mouth, because that's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry, BJ.
It's really up to, no, it's fine, Eli, praise God.
It wasn't my
It's really up to the child, to be honest, because you putting them in private school, I mean, yeah, that's a private school, but what is in the child? So it's like, for an example, my brother, this is a great example. Me and my brother went to the same high school and graduated from the same high school, right? Now, Midwest City is not a performing art school, right? So y'all know my brother, he's good at composing and stuff. So from the outside looking in, they'll say, like, look at my parent, well, why do you have him at Midwest City if he's blah 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 blah. It's the child. So how did he still be able to go to Rice University that has a 0.5
Yes.
acceptance rate as a black boy coming from Midwest City?
Yes. Yes.
Big, big.
So it's like it's really in the child. Like it really don't matter.
He was already the GOAT, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's in you, regardless of what school you go to. If it's Dove, because that's where he wanted to go, because he thought he wouldn't be able to. Like, bro, it's in you. It don't matter what school you go to. Like if it's in you, it's in you. So I mean, for me, and to even be more detailed specifically for my child, I think the honest answer would be that would of course be a conversation with them, because we can want whatever. But of course, there's a whole nother individual that is 50%, which is the mother. So you have to keep into account, well, if what we want, like it has to be like what she wants as well, and then having that communication of, well, why do you want this, or this is why I want this. So me personally, my answer, I really don't care, as long as he's getting what he needs in education. Specifically for Midwest City, me personally, I was one of those kids that really, I really didn't care I really didn't care about algebra. I didn't, I played sports. That's what it was. I mean, I was smart enough to stay eligible, because if you really want to think about it, that's really what kept us to have good grades, if you want to be honest. Because if we did not have something to hold us accountable, we would be out there like how some of our homies are. So it's like having that sport to hold you accountable, kind of keep you in order. So
I was scared of my mama too. I ain't gonna lie, it was my mama.
No,
probably,
I was scared
my
of
mama
being
did,
ineligible. Boy.
My mama did sports, Well, my mama, I couldn't play with a C, so I guess she made that rule anyway. So I guess it was both, So I couldn't.
I do want to quickly chime in while we're still on this topic, because I think I love it, bro. I love the takes from all of you regarding public schools. Again, I'm not opposed to it, just because I went through it, and I feel like when Jaden's up in age in high school, I feel like I'm going to be financially able to where I can provide him the best education possible. That's how I feel.
IMG Academy.
Well, I don't know what that is, but
in Florida.
Yeah, or Sierra Canyon.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like,
but I'm just saying, I feel like he would at least, that would be available to him. So that's why I'm not like putting it off the plate, because I want him to go to public school and get that experience. So I just think, I haven't decided yet. But as a parent, I do think it's our obligation to do our due diligence and be selective of where we're sending our kids, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, bro, our parents wasn't all in them schools seeing exactly what Midwest City was like, and meeting them teachers and meeting them principals. Mm-hmm. We just went to where we was living. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think at least
that's true.
Make the trip, bro, and know where you're sending your child, bro. Yeah. And meet the principal, bro. Meet the the director, get involved, bro. Be selective.
And that's what. Well, I'm gonna give my take real quick. Mine's gonna be short. Montessori school till high school, public school. I make that decision because Montessori school is like they cater to that child, how that child learns, what that child does, this and that. And I think it's crucial, because you can't teach all kids the same way. You know what I'm saying? I firmly believe that.
So, John, is that on the school or is that on you?
It depends on. So,
as the parent,
it's on both. I say it's on both, because I already won't allow. I've came to the understanding that school, what your kid learns is they learn how to maneuver in school, but they learn at home. They don't go learn with, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where a lot of parents mess up, is that they rely on school to teach the kids. That's their job, is to teach. My job is to just parent. And on your job,
that's not
that's not healthy.
I feel you.
And so that's why I would Montessori school, and then it's just like they have a few teachers. They not switching teachers for every subject, this and that. They got one teacher teaching them everything for however age group they get to. Yeah. The reason public school and high school, because now, I fought a little bit. I probably fought once in middle school, but I got all my fights in high school. I'm short. I feel like I was a target and all that and this and that. But I think it was just important, bro, to learn how to defend yourself, regardless.
Right.
The samurais had a quote. They said, why do you fight for peace, but learn how to wield a sword? And he said, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden versus a gardener in a war. Now I ain't saying school is to like you should learn how to fight for school.
Right.
but you know, we deal with a lot of people that'll just take and slapped in the face, 10 times without slapping back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's I don't know, call it ignorant, but you're not about to keep slapping me. You know what I'm saying? That's a psychological thing, but it's also, I feel like instinctual. Even your dog, if I see one of my dogs just nagging the other dog, and the dog don't want to be bothered, she gonna bite back, or she's gonna, So I think it's just a natural, instinctual thing, and maybe there's people that just run. Maybe that's them.
What you do.
I don't know, but I can't relate. So that's my take. But
John, I got a question for you real quick before we leave that take, man. I like what you said, but that's my problem. Like that's what got me in between with the Montessori school. Like, I love that they cater to your child and teach your child the way that they can, the best, that they best understand. But that's what I also hate about it too, because now I feel like you're disabling my child, because he needs to, like, once he does go to regular middle, now he's gonna be used to the teacher adjusting to just him, and that's just not how life works. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so it's like I remember that's the end. So what do you think about that? Like, that's the in between stage that I'm looking at right now. I don't want, because I'm not. We got to get it how we can get it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna learn your craft, and I'm gonna learn my craft, and I'm gonna know all that stuff. And I'm putting it together. That's what I think that's the best way to have, to do anything in life, So what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking this on the fly, but I kind of think about it like, in sports, we can use sports. We all play sports. Tim Duncan mastered the fundamentals, right?
Right.
And so then, he didn't have to do much, right? Or we could say Kyrie Irving. I'm sure he had to learn how to do a crossover first. Then he had to learn how to do a simple behind the back and between the legs. Then he started mixing. And I think by them catering to master just fundamental shit. So you really think about what is hard math that we had to do in middle school. You know what I'm saying? It really gets difficult now when you gotta in high school when you have to use those fundamentals to the utmost perfection. And you can't mess up that, or you can't get this
to the next.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's just the answer on the fly.
No, that's a good answer, bro. You gotta learn how to divide and stuff before you can do it.
Before you start doing powers and cosines and all that shit.
Well, fractions still get me to this day. I need to relearn fractions before my son start hating fractions.
They gonna start asking questions. We gonna have to answer the question. And I hated that, bro. It didn't happen too many times. I don't want to throw my pops under the bus. Dave, how you do this? I don't know. You the one in school.
Oh, Lord.
You wasn't listening. They start taking their gun off. Like, God dang.
But something Trevin left off on, I believe, or Kendrick, was being involved in our school. No, Trevin, being involved in a school. I had a conversation last week at work, and this dude was like, make sure you get on the, try to be on the school board or involved with the school board. And I'm not really sure how that stuff work. If Kendrick, you could share some, if you know.
Yeah, bro, you manipulate the district. Like, that's what a power holds. And I'm glad you touched on it, because I was going to let you guys slide off the topic. But another thing is, if you look at, so me sitting as county commissioners, man, I see how communities are formed. As far as like you over different cities, you work with different cities, you see from the schools community put up the quality of a home, how if somebody went into y'all hood and bought 50 acres and put up $300,000 homes, that would change that school and that school district, because they then will have more funding and resources to be able to provide those kids. So,
these are gems.
like,
so real quick, Kendrick, is that why they say you shouldn't leave the hood once you get money? You should put money back into it.
I'm pretty sure that's probably something like a piece of why they say that, because like when, and I could only say like because I'm from Texas, but the the Katie's. Why you think they able to
Katie
put
is
up
like an
a
Edmund.
bond
Yeah,
North.
Katie's like yeah.
and then put up they get a bond for a $60 million high school stadium? How do you think that's possible? Because
Damn.
everybody in that community
Got money.
Yeah.
is saying, yes, my
Million?
kids need this resource to help them, or all
Right.
this kind of different stuff. That's that neighborhood. But then when you go to a neighborhood like where I'm from, and you ain't putting up no stadium like that,
You don't know.
because the resources just lacking, and people not gonna say, hey, yeah, I should tax myself for my son to have a better school. They're gonna say, no, I don't want to pay any more taxes. Well, come on, man. The way that the world is set up, I can only fix so many streets. I can only fix so many, different things, to where it's like you have to be willing to invest in that. So when you sit up on the school board is just representatives that is from that community, from the jurisdiction. They sit on the board and they make decisions
It's
as
a
to
vote.
they vote, as who the superintendent would be,
Wow.
as to if they should put up a bond, like, oh, we need new elementary schools in this neighborhood. Okay, I think we should put together a $40 million bond. Let's go talk to the citizens. Hey, citizens, you guys need to vote for this, because this is the kind of school that'll be produced in the next 5 years, or this is how big the community is going. And so, yeah, you are a part, and now you even invested deeper, because now you have, as my mom always say, you either have a seat at the table or you're on the menu. I like to have a seat at the table. So it's like, hey,
I gotta write that down, brother. My notes. God dang, boy.
so it's
Boy, put
all
us to
about,
shame,
like,
man.
we all have different parts to play. And like you said, like, yeah, you should be a part of your kid. That's another thing that's happening, man. How you talk about people not going into schools. You got to think people having kids younger. So they're not going, or they got to work. So they're not going to go talk to the principal and all those kind of things, or teacher parent day. But guess what? Your school district, like Katie, is mandatory.
For real, the parents got to be involved. They got to pull up.
That's
You
crazy.
ain't got no choice. Your kid come here, you invested in your kid life. Nah, you gotta come.
That's what's up. We need that, bro. We need that.
So
bro.
just imagine that, bro.
So just imagine if we did it amongst ourselves in our neighborhood, and we educated them, and we sat on the school boards for all that kind of stuff, and wasn't corrupt, and was actually for our people, and been a part of the change in which we want to see. How much better our school district could become.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bro,
No,
so
and just imagine
from Houston, or
yeah, I'm from the inner city of Houston.
I just left. I lived in Houston for 5 years. Me and my wife. So we just moved back. Yeah.
Dang, John, bro, we didn't even let my guy really like give him an intro, bro. And talk about himself.
Oh,
it's cool. Man,
I'm sorry, bro.
Bro, we gotta have your mama on now.
No,
bro,
we're gonna edit that in
that
on
gym right
the
there is
beginning.
crazy.
You said his mom, bro.
Yeah. I know. I already know it, man. Look at this man. Look, I can tell by looking at him, man. God dang.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's up, man.
That's crazy. Bro.
No, so just imagine that, Charles, Trevin, BJ, me, Eli. If we on the board for Middale School, bro.
Right.
We make
we holding it down, bro.
And look, let's put it this way. Say there's only 7 votes, like 7 seats. Y'all got 4 seats.
It's over with.
Everything you even could imagine.
See, a lot of stuff we don't know, though. This is why we gotta have people like Kendrick on Clear Vision Podcast, bro. Because a lot of things we don't know, bro. We just don't know. Like they go ahead, John.
No, I mean, I was just saying, now bro, I speak very highly anytime I bring up voting or just simple stuff with like politics and involvement. I learned a lot of my game from you, Easy, Daron. It's just bro, it's just cold because it's crazy because I was a blank slate. I had no idea, bro. I still remember when I brought up to him, when J. Cole said, they say my tax dollar is supposed to build roads in schools, but my niggas barely graduate. They ain't got the tools.
Yeah.
And he was like, he said the next bar, he said, I should be able to fund the things, vote on the things I'm funding from an app on my screen. Better that than let whack congressman I never seen dictate where my money go. But Kendrick was the first one. He was like, no, bro, that's not right.
It's not. Because guess who in control of your taxpayer dollars? I am. The city council members are. So when people talk about, and I guess this is nice how we can segue into voting almost, because when you talk about, like, people always rush to go vote for the president, bro. The decision that man make,
Right.
you may not really get to see or impact of it until like 4 years later or 8 years later, or when you develop some more of an understanding of government. When you go to your local city council
There
meeting,
you go.
the decision that I make today to hire, fire, or do anything with a police chief, guess what? That impacts your community today. If I say I want to fire the whole task force, guess what happens? Now your community not safe. Those are decisions that immediately impact you, your water bill, your septic, your sewer. If I want to clog it up and all those kind of things, we don't have the right pipes in the ground because we didn't plan to develop our city the right way. That impacts you immediately, like tomorrow. And so, or your roads and all those kind of things. So Congress is like, man, they budget is ridiculous. It's funny. It's a statement that the federal government can spend however much money they want to spend. They don't have a checks and balance.
Damn.
They don't have to zero anything out.
They just print some more.
I mean, look at the economy right now. Like, you get a $600 check. You get a $600
Fact.
check.
They could afford to push our student loans back.
City council, we can't say you get a $600 check. You get a $600 check. You know why? Because that's your immediately taxpaying dollars. You can actually go online and look at Texas Association of Counties, but I'm pretty sure you guys have something that's just like that. What it would basically show is what your tax dollars go to. Majority go to as I just talked about. Majority of it go to the schools. Then after that, go to roads. Then after that, go to your healthcare. Then after that, it shows you the trickle down dollar effect of wherever your money is going. So it's always more important, or just as important, for you to vote for your local representative than it is for you to vote for your congressman, your president, your governor, all those kind of different things.
That's real.
That's game right there. So I mean, shit, I'm a victim. I haven't been to a council meeting in Oklahoma, so I know I probably need to tap into that. But I do see them. I seen the last one was at 10:30 in the morning. And I see that could be hella inconvenient, for a lot of people. Now, is that okay? This has just crossed my mind. Is it hypothetical if I was like, no, we need to hold a vote to change city council meetings to 6:00? Can I do something like that?
So first, you have to what you have to do is, if you really gonna do it, is probably either go talk to one of the city council members and say, hey, could we host a city council meeting once a month, or see how often they meet. If they meet once a week or twice a month, what you do is say, hey, how about give them something reasonable. Every 3 months, we hold a city council meeting at 6 p.m. when people are getting off, and see what they tell you and what their approach is. County Commissioners Court, I hear it from citizens all the time, we hold our meetings at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday morning.
That's crazy. Who gonna come?
Yeah, but that's why it's also important for you to trust your representative, vote somebody in office in which you have a relationship with, or that'll pick up your phone call, or people that you trust. We're not the smartest people in the bunch. I just like to say, hey, people voted me in office to be a problem solver. I'm not the smartest person, but hey, I can solve the issue and the problem. And so you have elect people like that are there for a reason, in which that way you trust, then you could be able to say, hey, you don't like this, or hey, you like this, or hey, we need to move forward with this.
Right.
Because we are servants of the people, and without the people, then who are we?
Absolutely.
And one thing you said, a phone call. So I also had a conversation with Kendric, and he was saying how by us even donating to who's running, who we believe in, it's kind of now they have an obligation to answer. Trevin, you call them, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kendrick, you got a pothole on your street, but you done donated $2,000 to this dude's campaign.
Oh, I'm fixing your pothole tomorrow. Nah, that's ideally the way that I know that some people have an issue with the way that politics necessarily works like that. But I was working on the Texas Agriculture Council. I have a degree in agriculture economics. So I'm in a room, of course, I'm from the city. I'm in a room with a bunch of people that don't look like me. That also are not the wealthiest people neither. These people are farmers, ranchers, all these kind of things. So we sitting in the event. Well, before the senator even gets up to speak, they all put their money together and wrote a check. Boom. So they got a check on behalf of their little group. When he got done speaking, they said thank you, of course, shook his hands, all that kind of things. It's no quid pro quo, which is basically, hey, you pay for something to get something in return. It's not ideally how it's supposed to work. But in return, when you go look at most of the presidents, governors, all those kind of things, you go look at their campaign contribution list and then go see whether or not those people or have as many issues and problems as you do.
Right.
So when you make that phone call and when you basically show, it's like basically putting skin in the game. You like, hey, okay, I support this person, because also campaigns are very expensive, man. To get a good candidate in office to take out somebody else and all those kind of things, you almost gotta spend 2 times as much to even feel comfortable and all those kind of different things. And so I call it equity. You could block walk for them, volunteer for them, fundraise for them, all those different things. But now let's see, when you have an issue, how responsive that representative is going to be to you. Hey,
Right.
people don't forget the people that helped them. So it's like, hey, you know what, John, you need help with what? I bet. Let me write this down. Hey, I need somebody to go work on or take a look at John issue, blah, blah, blah. Now, hey, John, these are the issues with whatever is happening. Uh, this is how we can move forward, or this is how we can't move forward.
Right. So with that being said, I have a question real quick, Kendrick. With that being said, man, do you think the poor has a voice? You know, the people that can't gather money to go.
Yes, you do. But if you're not going to give me money, you're not going to register to vote. And I'm not saying this is necessarily how I look at it, but
But it's
I'm just
politics,
throwing it
right?
out there. Yeah.
Right.
You don't donate. You don't block walk. You don't make phone calls. Uh, you don't show up to city council meetings. And you're not a registered voter.
Right.
How can I help?
How can I help you?
What can I
Right.
do?
Right. So yeah. So if you
So
poor, you
it's
need to at
like
least be
it's like
registered.
to someone that don't even have the same political values as you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are your issues?
Right. Right.
How, like, it's about, hey, if you're gonna have that voice, that's why I talk about the importance of voting, man, because that's your voice, that's your dollar right there,
Right.
which we don't all use it.
Gotcha.
And I know in the state of Texas, probably like, think, especially in our age group, I was talking to a guy on early voting, and he said only 0.2 of people registered to vote from 18 to 24 had voted in 2 weeks of early voting.
Wow.
So when you talk about, hey, how do we change the United States or get a president and all these kind of things or turn Texas blue, age 18 to 24 is going to have to vote. Well, does a citizen or does a candidate put money into a community in which he doesn't know is going to vote for him by putting up campaign signs, hearing their issues and all those kind of things, holding rallies? That's the predicament in which we're in right now. How does someone go to a community in which it's not, you don't know what your return of your investment is going to be?
That's game that you giving, bro. You preaching to the choir, bro. We listening, man.
Absolutely.
One thing we did forget though to hear from you, bro, is how did Kendrick Jones come to be that we know now? What's your story, bro?
So man, I grew up in the inner city, Houston, Texas, South Park. Single parent mom, never met my dad. So me and my mom, we connected at the hip. That's my best friend still to this day. That's the woman. Like,
Praise
I
God.
go to her before going to God. And
Wow.
just when I go to her, I already know it's in God's hands just because
There you
of
go.
the lady that she is. And like setting that foundation. So as we talk about education and kids and all that kind of stuff, it's pivotal for you to set the foundation. Like the kid may stray, but you know, it's just like a dog. It might run away, but that dog gonna find his way back home. And it's the same with kids. Like you're gonna teach them habits and patterns that they might not understand today, but later on in life, it's like, I see why my dad did
That's
that. I see
facts.
why my mom did that, and that's how
Absolutely.
I am today. So I always tell her that she's right. But grew up in the inner city. My mom thought that I should be a product of public schools, but not necessarily go to schools that was in my exact neighborhood. So I tested um, into a program which made me a magnet student. So that means I could do anything from go to school for arts, theater, all these kind of different things in which they offered. Uh, and so a pivotal moment happened for me in the 5th grade, man. My mom has made a lot of sacrifices for me. She wound up going to jail, and when she went to jail, basically was a rough patch in which I learned how to grow up very fast. Ride my bike to school, ride my bike to the local car wash to get some funds to be able to feed myself, ride my bike to football practice, like shoulder pads on handlebars, all that kind of stuff. Waking up next morning doing it all over again. That lady taught me everything I know as far as cooking, cleaning, all those kind of different things. So boom, she come back sent to like after that wild stint, we uh, middle school, high school. High school, I went to a predominantly white school, Houston Lamar, in the River Oaks area. Uh, and bro, it was some very high highs and some very low lows. Wound up not like kept getting hurt playing football. Uh, was immature, did some childish things also. And so college came around, and it was like I always knew. Now I had to go to college. Like my mom dropped out of school in 6th grade. She went, got her GED, graduated from TSU, and then got her master's. So she went
Oh,
like you ain't got no choice. Like you gonna go to
yeah.
school, you going to college. And so wound up, like I always tell people, Prairie View is the best thing that God did for me. I didn't do it for myself. Uh, and when I went to Prairie View, I was like, man, I don't want to be around so many, like, like I
Nah,
don't
that's
know
what I
how
said too.
diverse this school
That's
is
what I
and
said
all
at
those
first,
kind of
bro.
different things. It's crazy. HBCUs are some of the most diverse schools
For
just
sure.
based upon, like, we all don't act the same. Like,
Right.
Absolutely.
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Some of us are more privileged than others. Some of us come from rougher times than others. All that kind of stuff. Different religions, all that kind of stuff. And so my time at Purview, my freshman year, I ran for student body president. I ran for freshman class president my freshman year. Something happened with my signature, so I wasn't able to run. And so sophomore class come and got like, hey, you want to be sophomore class president? I'm like, yeah, mind you, I was like, my freshman year, man, I came home first semester with like a .7 GPA.
Sheesh.
One, I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Uh, I just wanted to be swaggy every day.
It was some beautiful
Uh,
women on campus.
yeah,
Distractions.
Praise
a lot
God.
of distractions.
Not distractions.
Uh,
Praise God.
all those kind of things. And so, uh, my junior year, man, I became comptroller, and some situations happened on campus, like a blackface situation, all these like kind of different things. Sandra
I
Bland
remember that.
happened,
Yeah.
and where students was looking for a leader. And my whole life, man, I always like been a leader of any team that I've been a part of, and all those kind of different things. And I wound up like speaking out about it, all those kind of different things, and to where my senior year, I was asked to run. Well, I knew I was gonna run for student body president, but a big brother of mine hit me up one day, and I was walking, and he was like, "Hey, you want to be cool or you want to be great?"
Mm.
And I'm like, "I could do both."
Hell yeah.
Immaturely. I'm
Yeah.
like, "I could do both," and he was like, "No, you can't." So I looked at him. I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, if you choose to be cool, you'll miss out on being great. But if you choose to be great, you can make that look cool any day of the week.
For sure.
And so I'm like, okay. So senior year rolling around like that, I'm running for student body president. An older gentleman comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you should run for city council." And I'm like, "Me?" Like, mind you, I always wanted. I knew eventually I'd get into politics because my mom had just conditioned me to where if you want to change, it starts with you. Like you could, I got a quote on my email that says, "You could be the change, but the change starts with you."
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that the change started with me, so I knew eventually I wanted to go into politics to be able to change my neighborhood and where I grew up from. So I was like, man, don't you gotta be like old and rich? And the dude was like, nah, you just gotta be 18, registered to vote. And so me and John was online with our line brothers. My line brothers supported me.
We
Uh,
went crazy.
I wound up winning student body president. A
Yes,
week
sir.
later, I won. A week later, I pledged. A week after that, I became the youngest city councilman in the state at the time at
Yes,
20 years
sir.
old.
Right, bro. Right, bro.
So when I did that, my no season. I like to say season. Some of our more seasoned citizens don't like to be called old. So, but none of them probably voted for me, man. I took out an 18-year incumbent. To be honest with you, I didn't know what I was like getting into, man. I didn't know like anything. So I started first day just reading, like just reading everything I could do. I had to read everything for about a year. Year two, I got comfortable. It was like, okay, I know how to navigate. And so some citizens wanted me to run for re-election. I ran for re-election, and they voted me in office each time. And in 2020, I ran for county commissioner. Now, when we talk about faith and talk about all those things in which we start off the show, throughout that time, I couldn't get a job. Like I had graduated college in 2018, um, and all the jobs I applied for wanted me to resign from being city council. It was like we don't want conflict of interest, all those kind of different things. And so I went home one day and I was like defeated. I told her I come from a single parent mom, so I'm like, man, mom, I don't know, I'm gonna help out.
Right.
No, nobody doing anything. And she told me, you never thought normal before, so why are you thinking normal now?
Right.
And that made me want to be a dog. So every
Right.
day I made sure, like,
Mama code, boy.
hey, I'm
Facts.
I'm grinding every day to be like to make my campaign work like every day, every day, every day. And so that's John where I come from, writing things down. That year, I wrote down my goals, and I wrote county commissioner. I wrote become county commissioner, buy a truck, buy a house, and I had some like smaller goals on that joint. I read that every morning. Like my mom was like, just read that every morning. So I read that every morning. I'm waking up before I go like pray and have my daily devotional and play gospel music. I don't like to hear nothing in the morning. So I gotta hear at least one gospel song before I hear
Come on,
somebody
bro.
talk, before
There
I
you
hear
go.
somebody do
There you go.
anything.
Yes, sir.
I just gotta be at peace.
Discipline. I like it.
So when I won, it was a testament to all the sacrifice that my mom had made, I had made. That God had put me in this predicament to build me up and all those kind of things. But John, it was like, man, he had blessed me with a little bit, and I like the title of you guys' podcast. It was like clear vision. Like when you're going through the storm, you can't see nothing. It's like
There you go.
it's like you drowning trying to reach up. And then when you come up, you like, oh, it look good up here. I'm good. And so, man, I was like, if I could be that dedicated, and God bless me with things this small, like let's see what more can I write down to where God would be able to bless me with that I read.
Absolutely.
And so, And I did that like 6 months into the year, bro, where I wrote those goals
That's
down.
cold.
And at the end of the year, I had accomplished all those goals.
Wow.
And
That's
so
tight,
every
bro.
year after that, I just started writing down, like, hey, these are my goals. But God allowed me and elected me and allowed people to believe in me to become the youngest county commissioner in the state of Texas to ever be elected. And
Oh, it's only the state of Texas. It ain't
well,
Wow. Wow.
some people say nationally. I haven't looked it up yet.
okay. I'm going with
But
national.
I'm saying national.
I'm saying
I'm
nationally
saying
too,
global.
bro.
I'm saying
Oh,
global.
nah, but
Wow,
man,
bro.
God has been able to bless me
Amen.
with a beautiful mom, and I I trust in Him and knowing that everything is ordained. I was meeting with a guy the other day. He's like, "Are you a man of faith?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, just act."
Come
And
on.
that's funny if you look at it. We're just actors, and we just living out this script, and
Come on.
we
Yeah.
don't know where the script gonna take us. We might at the end of the day get an Oscar,
Right.
for the
Right.
things that we do. But my mom has always instilled in me that the rent we pay to get into heaven is the dues that we do here on earth. And so I live to try to be the change that I want to see. And then I think that God has led me to, I want to die a philanthropist. Like, I don't want to die a city councilman, county commissioner. I want to die a philanthropist, touching as many people as I
Amen.
can before God calls me home, to be able to
Right.
bring us together and
Wow.
all those kind of things.
Wow.
See, bro.
Wow.
Cold.
Amen.
Great
That's
answer,
why.
man.
That's why I'm glad you on this part, bro. That's literally
Absolutely.
all of our goals, bro.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
I
bro.
mean, you know me,
Yeah.
on a deeper level. Well, I mean, all of the, everybody on here know me, but I'm saying like more than like the visionaries listening, and bro, you just know like that when service, bro, is just like the ultimate. That's all Jesus was. People try to overcomplicate Jesus. All he was a servant, bro, to everybody and everything. Man, bro, Kendrick, that's powerful,
That
bro.
was,
Yeah,
bro,
appreciate
Kendrick, bro, man. Hey, man, I reached.
He should have had
This
Kanye.
man, this was big, bro. I know we just met, bro, but honestly, I can say that I love you, bro. I
Hey,
love you,
appreciate it. I
and I
love you
love
too,
I
bro.
love
This
where
life.
God is taking you, bro. Like this, I feel it, bro. And I definitely, I wish that we could have connected when I was in Houston, bro. But I'm not worried about it because it's all in the plans, bro.
Yeah.
But
Amen.
bro,
It's ordained.
I love you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And keeping God first, bro. Everything, He's not done with you, bro. Everything
I
is gonna
appreciate
work
that.
out, bro.
Oh,
Facts.
for sure.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh yeah, it's all meant to happen, bro. It's just the way things line up it's hard to not believe in a higher power. When like you said, bro, you said 3 months into the year you wrote down your goals.
6.
6 months to halfway
Half
through
year.
the year. It took
Half
God
year.
just 6 months, bro.
My mom told me 3 months into the year, but I procrastinated like another 3 and did. I was like,
Dang.
I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll see how it works.
Man.
I mean, real quick, bro, just to comment on your story, bro, it's like whenever you're a direct representation of bringing work ethic and God together, right?
you
For
go.
that foundation. And when you have that and that comes together, success is a lot more simple. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
It's more, you just follow God. God's out in front. You have the work ethic. Y'all are working together. You can't be stopped. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, bro, your story isn't over, bro. Like, whatever. You continue to, use your same methods that you've done, but just continue to push higher and higher. And shout out to your mom, bro. I ain't never met her, bro.
Man, but dog,
Hey, man.
Hey,
dog.
Shout out to your
That's what I was
mom, bro.
gonna add in there, bro. You know how they say it takes a village.
Yeah.
And Kendrick, he did extracurricular things. We talk about the importance of a father figure or a male figure, but Kendrick he was a Boy Scout. So
I was a part of top teams. Like, my mom always cut me and stuff, bro. That was
That's
just
what's up.
a thing to how you adapt to your environment, like the same way she always used to be like, yeah, you from the hood, but you ain't gotta act like you from the hood, bro.
there you go.
There
you go.
no point. So it was funny, man. Like, a guy wanted to see county commissioners meet, called me a chameleon because I had on a cowboy hat and cowboy boots. And so I tell my mom when we talked later that day, and she like, boy, you got baby pictures. Like, you've been wearing cowboy boots and cowboy hats
They
up
don't
until
play
you
me.
chose
There we
to
go.
stop wearing that. Like, I chose to start wearing high school. I'm like, man, this ain't cool. Like, who want to do this? Now I wear it, and now it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, you don't know. Like,
I've
dude,
been, yeah.
You are
I've
who
been
you
like
are.
this.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Bro, you would have
Absolutely.
fit right in them and would see niggas had days.
Oh yeah.
Everybody playing to where they most country shit they
Right.
got.
Hey, we
Look,
got,
they using cowboy boots as slides, boy.
we got niggas. Hey, we got niggas
Man.
on the highway with horses out here, man.
Man.
No, but bro, I think that's cold, bro. Your mom was so involved, bro, and she kept. I like it wasn't no spite. As far as I would like to believe that there wasn't spite with her and men because maybe a male had hurt her, or you know.
It was crazy, bro. My mom said she didn't like two things, and I always tell this story like campaigning. My mom said she didn't like men because they lied, and the other thing that she didn't like, of course she liked men, but she's like, hey, men lie.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's like, she didn't like politicians because they did the same thing. And so
Damn.
what's funny is she got both.
That's good, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That's
man.
funny,
That's good.
man.
I remember when I first took this, she was like, Kendrick, all I ask you to do is don't lie to people.
There you go.
For the
There
most,
you go.
it don't matter how hard it is. If I don't know, I'd be like, hey, I don't know. If I messed up, I say, hey, I messed up, and
Right.
you know, you move on. But I don't lie to people out of the fact that she asked me not to sell no one dreams as a
Right.
elected
Yeah.
official. So
There you
Man,
go.
What's up, bro?
and I'm gonna go ahead and say one more thing before I wrap it up, bro. And Kendrick, you were one of the Eli, y'all are like main factors. Hell, even Reagan. That I used to think, and this is bad. I was raised by a single father mostly, right? My mom was in my life and stuff, but my main household was my pops. So I come from a different viewpoint of things, and I come from also maybe his viewpoint of things and his friends' viewpoint of things, because they were all involved parents, their dads. It was that a woman can't raise a man to be a man. And I used to believe that. But then my world expanded. I didn't really think too much in the Eli's because me and Eli been close since fourth grade. But it never crossed my mind that it's just his mom raising 4 boys at home.
she hard.
Yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah.
And then Kendrick, I see everything you do, and I see that you were able to, bro. You're an amazing man, and your mom is cold, bro. You've quoted so many quotes from your mom,
bruh.
And I think the involvement in making sure that you were, a strong man was important. In that a lot of sometimes when I see, because she has to wear both hats, right? I also believe there's a yin and yang. Like a mother is you're supposed to always, a man's supposed to always come to his mom, bro, for comfort and nurturing. And the dad is supposed to be the, Trevor, Mr. Eric.
Hey, man. You don't play, man. You don't play.
And she has to wear both. She has to make you cry sometimes. And I know it's probably tough on a mom to have to make her son cry because that's what the dad's job is supposed to,
The disciplinarian, strict side.
It's supposed to be the pops, and vice versa. Whenever we have a daughter, she's gonna look for the dad to be the comforter, and then the mom to be the one to tell her what she, you know what I'm saying, to guide them through life, basically.
Yeah,
And
my mom done a great job of doing both, bro.
Oh yeah,
I can tell,
they definitely
bro.
do both, man.
At certain times, I know this ain't politically correct, but sometimes like you need your mama titties, like it'd be like, baby, like, hey, you need that hug. But sometimes like she'll be like, all right, you cried, now what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, how you gonna get her from this situation? Or my mom didn't hit me with like, you think the quote's crazy? I call my mom after some crazy stuff. She'll drop one bar, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready. Like, what's up? Like,
can't nobody hurt your feelings worse than mama, bro. Like,
she'll drop one bar, and that one bar light a fire underneath me like nobody else, bro.
Yeah.
That's cold. And see, that's it's the people with us as parents, bro. We gotta remember who we are to our children, bro. And like, just it sounds like she has a lot of trust because of what she built, how she built you up. She knew she could that's all she needed is one bar to make you go get it or do what you need to do. And y'all said this, all women, I think all parents are capable, male or, I know there's some single dads that's doing their daughter hair, getting their daughter right for, everything.
Right.
It's just the importance, bro. We got to remember that, our kids is really they're the future of this world, and how you treat them is probably how they're going to treat their kids. And that's why I'm so big on, my therapist asked me today, why am I getting therapy? And I told my last one, I said, bro, I got to be the best version of myself. And, they all get shocked. They're, how old are you? I say 25. They're like, wow, you're starting off early. That's good. But I got a kid now. I got to get right for him.
Exactly.
So hopefully he get right for his, because I want a dynasty, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might name all the rest of my boys the same name just so they can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
We'll
leave it at the dynasty, bro.
Yeah. No, I just think, man, Kendrick, you really charged me up, inspired me, bro. That
same, bro. Same, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, it's and you gave us game, bro. So I hope all the visionaries took heed to this episode, bro.
Absolutely.
This conversation. It was necessary, bro. I loved it, bro. I'm grateful you came on.
For sure.
Waiting for BJ cue the music.
Oh, bro, look, I'm like, bro, I don't even want it to be over yet.
Hey, keep doing your thing, Kendrick, bro. Keep doing your thing, bro. Don't stop.
Hey, you guys continue to do it as well, man. Peace, love, and blessings to you guys.
Thank you, bro. Hey, y'all, man, this is the Clear Vision Podcast. Oh, Trevor, we forgot to ask where they can find us at.
They can find us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, really anywhere that you listen to your podcast, we are now there. And of course, here at YouTube, be sure to subscribe real quick. We made it to 100 subscribers. Shout out to the Visionaries, man. Celebrate your wins, bro. Celebrate your wins, bro. Congrats, King.
Oh, hold on. Stop the music.
Hey, stop the music, man. I know you got something for me, man. What you got over there?
Do we have a listener letter?
We got a listener letter.
Oh, God is good. God is
Drop
good.
the listener letter real quick, man. What's going on, man? How we living over there, man?
So
it ain't BJ, is it?
Yeah, don't read mine.
No, it wasn't BJ.
Okay, all right.
She said, yes, I'm so excited. My favorite podcasters are back. I'm happy you kept the same intro music. It's the calm before the cool, laid back, comedic, clear vision combos convene. Ooh,
there we go.
I like that. That's poetry right there. That's poetry.
I've listened to all the episodes thus far in season 2. This letter is my personal key takeaways for each of you. John, in regards to improving in the romance department, you are already ahead of the game simply asking for advice from your bros. I love their suggestions. Remember, it's the little things that count, and you're on the right track seeking tips to touch your heart. Eli, your words of affirmation that you share about your wife are everything.
Come on, Eli, don't stop.
She'll never forget it, and trust me, it's fuel for her soul and gives her continuous strength to keep being amazing, knowing she's appreciated and loved genuinely by her husband.
Damn.
Wow. Cold. I'm gonna write to is this Kendrick's mom, bro? Who is this?
No. Deacon BJ.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. He called on the right person.
Praise God.
Deacon BJ. Your faith is felt through the mic, my friend. Please know your strength and pursuit to be there for your son will not be in vain. He will know his daddy is steadfast in his quest to be there for him, for his heart and soul.
That's cool.
Trev.
Wow.
Yeah, powerful. Trev, my son.
Oh, that's my mama. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she on that.
You keep my soul smiling, sweetheart. I believe in all your aspirations, and I love the way you're so intentional with your mission to inspire other souls. Keep being you. Never change. Your greatness is infectious.
Love you, Mom. Just love you, Mom. Love
I
you,
feel like
man.
she like Trevor a little bit more than the rest of us. I don't know.
Hey, her opinion biased.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful listener letter.
Hold on, we're not done yet.
Oh, it's more. It's more.
To all of you incredible visionaries, don't stop being a vessel for the Lord on your media platform. Your listeners need to be guided and know God's love, and you all give him praise on every episode. Also, you guys are cracking me up this season. LOL. It's good medicine to laugh, and as usual, your episodes clear all the bases of my emotions. Looking forward to the next episode. Love you all, Mrs. Carson, aka Trev's mama.
Yeah, Mom. Thanks, bro. I love you.
Hers is always the best, man.
The best one, the
That was
first
cold.
first
That was
and best.
cold.
That's the way to kick
We
it off,
needed that,
man.
bro. We needed that.
Eli, bro, how
Yes,
how can the visionaries follow up on that, bro?
Man, be like Trevin's mom, man. clearvisionpod@gmail.com. Man, leave a beautiful listener letter like that, man. We need it, man. If you have a quote, man, just we had a bunch of great quotes, you know, on this episode.
What was your favorite
a
quote?
wise quote I heard today, man. You can either have a seat at the table or you can be on the menu. That might be my next tattoo, bro. I swear. It might
Might have to put that in a song,
bro.
dog.
I don't know where I'm gonna get it. I can get it on my forehead. Either way, it's power, bro. That right there might be a tattoo for me. But clearvisionpod@gmail.com. We need listener letters. It's a big part of the show, man. Hit us up. And if you want to be like Kendric and be on the show, man, hit us up on the listener letter, or you can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you see us on social media. Message us through that messenger. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll get to you.
Yes, sir. And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at ClearVisionPod. Don't forget to donate to our Cash App at
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Like Eli said, man, if you see us on Instagram, you want to message us right then and there, just do it.
Yes,
It's all going to the same place, which is to everybody else on our podcast, man. It's an honor, bro, again, to be here with Kendric Jones. Follow him on Instagram at 2B Legendary. Is it _2B_legendary? And he's verified. He has the blue check mark. Yes, that's him.
Oh, he's important.
That's him. The blue check mark is him.
For sure, man. For sure.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in.
Good pod.